Hello, here we are with an unboxing and hands-on of the LG G2 Mini. Now at the time of recording we've already had hands-on with the G2 Mini and put out our full review, which is available on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Clove Technology. So we're going to be quite quick about this unboxing because we've covered a lot of it in that review in a lot of detail, so be sure to check that out. But here is the official retail packaging. So sort of nice box from LG. On the back here we've got some of the key features. So we've got a 4.7-inch touchscreen display, 1.2 GHz quad-core processor, we've got LG's NOT code, an 8-megapixel camera, 2,440 mAh battery, Android technology, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, Dolby Digital, it's all packed in there. So this is the black coloured device that we've got here. So here is the device, and we'll come back to that in just a moment. If we take a look at what else we get included in the packaging. So we get a little quick start guide there for the G2 Mini. We then get the battery, which is removable unlike the original G2, and it's 2,440 mAh. We then get a set of in-ear headphones, 3.5mm jack, with inline control there, fairly basic headphones for hands-free calling. We get a standard USB to micro USB cable for charging and connectivity to a computer. And then lastly we get the mains charger, 3-pin with USB connection on one end, so you can connect the provided USB cable, LG branded there as well. So that's the box contents. So not an awful lot actually in the box, but here is the phone itself. So this is the mini version of the G2, as the name would imply, and the G2 was released back in October 2013, and it was an excellent phone. I really like that. But the Mini has an awful lot to offer. It has got reduced specifications in comparison to the original G2, as you might expect of a Mini device. Unlike Sony's Z1 Compact, they have quashed some of the specs, but it's still a very strong performer, and you can find out how good a performer it is by checking out our review. So on the front here is the 4.7-inch IPS touchscreen display. Now it has a resolution of 540 by 960, which is a bit of a downer when a lot of screens have got HD resolution, or at least 720 resolution. But it's pretty good. It's energy efficient, and we were overall quite impressed with it. Got the LG logo. There's no buttons on here because it's all built into the software. This is running Android 4.4 out of the box. Got the earpiece up here. We've got the sensors, and we've got the front-facing camera there. On the bottom we've got the micro USB port and the stereo speakers. The sound out of this is pretty good, like the original G2. On the side of the device there's nothing to speak of, just this nice edging. On the top we've got the 3.5mm headphone jack just here. We've then got a microphone, and we've got an IR blaster, because this can be used as a remote control thanks to LG's built-in remote application. Nothing on the right side. Come on to the back, and here we've got the 8-megapixel rear-facing camera, records in full HD, we've got an LED flash, and then we've got the rear-mounted power buttons that we first saw on the original G2. So we've got a volume up, the actual power button itself, and then the volume down. A long press on either the up or down key can act as a quick shortcut to things like the camera and quick memo, and of course you've got the power button on the back there. Now it does take some getting used to. One of the features that LG have is the knock on, which we'll show you in just a moment, which means you don't always have to use that, but surprisingly it's quite well placed there and makes quite a lot of sense actually. Obviously a lot of devices have the power button on the right side, but the back, it works. Then we've got the back cover, and it's got sort of a mesh texture to it. Got the LG logo, and it looks and feels quite a premium device, although it is plastic in its construction. So let's just remove the back cover, because it is removable, and then under the back cover we've got the micro SD and micro SIM card slot, so you can expand the memory in this device as well. Now there's 8 gig of memory out of the box, which is enough for most people, but you only get about 4 gig once you've got this device powered on. because of the OS itself. So we're powering the device on. Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, GPS, full Google Android 4.4 on here as well. LTE enabled. Standard 12-month warranty. It weighs in at 121 grams, which is quite light, and the overall physical size is very good as well. It actually feels in hand smaller than the Sony Xperia Z1 Compact, which has a 4.3-inch display. I don't know how LG have done it. It just feels top-notch. So we talked about knock-on. 2 taps on the screen will turn it on. 2 taps on the screen will turn it off. There's also knock code, which you can see demonstrated in our full review. But if we take a very quick look around the interface, now this device has been switched on before. Very similar to the LG G2, the original one that had the 5.2-inch display. You can customize it as you would expect. Press and hold on the screen, and you can add wallpapers, widgets and shortcuts. You've got a lot of controls, and this is what I really like about LG. Some may say the software is a bit heavy, and it is a little bit, but it's not quite as heavy as Samsung's TouchWiz, but not as light as Sony's version, and it's not, of course, pure stock Android, but I think there's a lot here for new and experienced Android users in terms of the options that you get. Lots of control over the sounds. You've got your vibrate strength, you've got quiet mode, you've got voice notifications, you've got different options around the display, so you can control the lock screen. You can even control which buttons appear down here at the bottom, so what combination you have. And I really like that. It's the small little tweaks that make a difference to the usability for you. You can auto-rotate the screen, you can change the font type and the size. You've got Smart Screen and Smart Video. Smart Screen keeps the screen powered on whilst looking at it, and Smart Video will pause the video when you're looking away from the phone during video playback, which is quite nice. You can also orientate the device home screen into landscape mode. Now, I haven't switched that feature on, but you can do that, which you can't do on a lot of devices. So if we jump into the apps tray, a lot of the things that you'd expect here, Chrome, Google Drive, Google+, all the Google services. LG have their backup services. You've got Quick Remote there from LG, and that's what allows you to use the IR blaster on the back. Voice recorder. You've got your messaging, YouTube, LG Smart World for your apps from LG. Let's go and take a quick look at the camera. So it's an 8-megapixel camera on the back. Overall, it's pretty good. In our tests, we actually found the resulting shot was slightly darker than was the case at the time of image capture. Now, hopefully LG are working on that in software updates, but overall we're quite impressed. There's quite a lot of scope in terms of the settings. It's really easily to sort of use the camera. It's well laid out, it's clear, it's not clunky. We quite like it. You've got your standard photos. You've also got your video recording, as you would expect. One of the nice things about the video recording is you can start recording a video like now. So we're a couple of seconds into the video recording. We can pause it, not stop it. Now it's no longer recording, but we're still on the same clip, so we can be doing something else. The scene could change completely. We press record again, and we're carrying on in that same video clip, which is quite a nice little feature. May well work quite well for some vloggers and things like that, because you don't then have to stitch clips together or have long ones. You know, less editing required potentially. So that's a little feature there on the LG G2 Mini. So that's a quick unboxing and hands-on. Like I say, be sure to check out our full review on our YouTube channel, but it's available to buy now at clove.co.uk, SIM-free, so you can put any SIM from around the world into this device and get up and running. So that's the LG G2 Mini.